Hello and good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. We have one more week until it's Christmas week, and we are going to be streaming today, all this week, next week too, because I'm off from work, so I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But good morning, everyone. It is always a pleasure to see you all. We have to earn 5 million in this game before it resets, which we are very, very, very far away from, so I don't think we're going to hit that goal at all. So, yeah, it's whatever, right? I'm not going to be too upset that I didn't hit my goals in the game. It's just a video game, right? So, not a big deal, but good morning, everyone, and welcome in. This is a night raid, which means we get to be super aggressive and play like absolute jerks. So let's hunt down some people with some loot. Look for some what do you call them? Flares. We're gonna watch for some flares. Take some people out, because that's where the let me close my door. Actually, that's where the big money is, right? Like, the big money comes in from letting someone else do all the work and then popping them in the back and stealing it all. Capitalism at work, basically. That's what we're not playing like jerks. We're playing like capitalists. Does that excuse work? Oh, I am also excited to talk about a few new topics today. We got some new topics. It's okay, buddy. My cat, for whatever reason, he hates when I shut the door. When the door shuts, he immediately needs to go out. He'll sleep in my room for 18 hours a day, but the second I close the door, he just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I don't know if he has like he can't stand like closed doors, or if he's got like some trauma from a past life or what. But he cannot live with closed doors. In fact, I gotta go. See, he's begging to be let out now. Let me go move him out here. It's okay, buddy. There he goes. I don't know. Again, I don't know why. I don't know why he is that way, but my job is to make him comfortable, I guess. So off he goes. Let's go see if we can find this flare. See if it was a player hunting another player, or if they just ran into some bad luck over here. Let's go see what we can see. Typically, when I do this, I go running to go curiosity. Whoa, flare over here. What's going on? I just end up getting shot. Furret's back. Good morning. It's the guy with the cool aesthetic. Did you see my cool thumbnail? When I signed in today, I commissioned a custom thumbnail to be a little bit cooler. So on top of the cool aesthetic, we also have a cool new thumbnail. Hopefully you got to appreciate that for a second. Alright, there's been 2 flares over here. That tells me this isn't an accident anymore. I'm pretty sure someone's over here hunting people, so this is probably the stupidest thing we can do, but we're gonna run towards the guy hunting people and see if we can scavenge some leftovers. We're gonna sneak around and try and be a little vulture-y. Let's see what we can see. I don't see anyone or anything. I hear an alarm going off in the distance. There's definitely someone hunting someone in there. I think I see someone over there as well. Alright. We're not going to go in there, because that's how you get one in the back of the head. Like, he's clearly already taken down 2 people in there, so if I go in there, I'm just going to get shot too. So let's see if we can find maybe some easier pickings somewhere else. That just seems like a good way to get taken out. Let's go see if we can find something else here. Are you ready for Christmas for it? Are you all prepped? I know Emmy and I are still wrapping presents. We're cutting it to the wire here, where there's only so many hours in the day, unfortunately, and we are running low on hours. All right. I think I just messed up. I think I messed up. I did. I called in the extraction just as the extraction as a distraction, and now these guys saw me. See if we can hide. Let's see if we can hide right here. Maybe he won't see me. Oh, he sees me. Sometimes if they fly into tight areas like this, they will accidentally crash. So I'm hoping to make him crash by flying in here. We're in some serious trouble here. Oh, I just saw someone fall from the sky, though. Go get him. Go get him. No! No! He stole my ride out of here. Okay, we're in some real trouble now then. Try and dodge bullets. Hopefully this isn't locked up tight. Of course it's locked. Fast. Unlock it quickly. This is not quickly. Alright, we can hide in here for a little bit. That was unfortunate. There is someone over there, though. They just hit the thing. If these other guys have left me alone enough... No. Can't do it. Not worth the risk. That guy's gonna just have to get away with it. I thought I was gonna go over there and get all that stuff, but... We're just in a bad position over here. That guy's about to get obliterated by grenades. This might be an easy... Might be an easy pickings, depending on if he sees me or not. Let's wait and see. Dang, he survived all that. Oh, now he just took a shot. Nah. Nah, just not worth it. He's probably all healed up by now. It's the thing about being a vulture or a rat, you know, you gotta pick your battles very smartly. You gotta be able to go with the flow, and unfortunately nothing here is flowing good. See if we can get around that guy dropping grenades, though. Let's see if we can switch sides for this guy. Instead of ratting him, let's see if we can hit this and get him out of here. There you go, bro. Merry Christmas. We'll open the door for you. Give him a chance to escape. We did our good deed for the day. Instead of shooting that guy in the back like we thought we were going to, we just gave him a free escape. 'Cause we're just a chill guy like that. I hear another one. It's right on top of me. There he is. Oh, that's a Rocketeer. Okay, we're in a bad spot here. Welcome, Index. How's it going this morning? What's it's minus 1 degree where you're living right now? Like, are you saying it's cold? Snowplows forgot to do their job this weekend. Oh, run. Oh, run. Maybe he didn't see me. Maybe he didn't see me. Oh, he saw me. Well, this gives you a chance to go and plow some snow yourself, go shovel some snow, get some exercise in. Like, we could look at it as a negative thing, or we could look at it as a positive, that this is a chance for a little bit of meditation and a little bit of working out, And I've heard that if you work out in the cold, it's even more effective than working out like in the warmth. So, you could look at it as a negative, or you could look at the positives. Only 30 there, no snowplows needed. I think it's going to be about 40 degrees where I'm at today, so no snowplows needed here. But I would love to see some snow like that. I would love to have some good snowy weather to just enjoy. I love the snow so much. So I wish we would get that. I saw some pictures today. Actually, I saw some pictures today of Russia in negative 50-degree weather, and those were some cool photos. So I would love to go take some photos in a city it's like negative 50 degrees. Did we get snow last winter? I believe we got a little bit of snow, but not much. Maybe an inch or two for a few days, but the problem is the state I live in is very, very wet. So when we get snow, it also means we get an incredible amount of ice, and it just makes the roads nasty and horrible, and people, as you can imagine, can't drive, so it becomes a whole problem. So as much as I love the snow, I don't love the problems that come with it. But I'm pretty sure last year we had a Valentine's Day date at the Melting Pot, and we almost didn't go because the ice was so bad. So, speaking of Melting Pot, so I got two food related victories to share with y'all today. Two food related victories. Number one, the other day, Emmy and I went to a Charles Dickens based tea. And if you've ever gone to like a high tea before, you'll know that they often serve sweets with them. This one was sweeter than usual. The first course was a scone with a lemon glaze. The second course was a orange salad with pomegranates and a light citrusy vinaigrette. And then the last course was a ginger snap. And I ate some of those foods. And I know that sounds like not a big deal, and it really isn't, but as if you've been watching, you'll know I've been working really hard on my weight loss journey, and a big part of that has been learning to, rather than just abstain from everything, to have things in moderation. And usually when I eat something sugary like a ginger snap, my immediate thought is, this is going to give me diabetes. Like, this is the thing that's going to kill me, so I can't eat it, because if I eat any sugar, it'll make me diabetic, and it will ruin my life. And I didn't eat before. I ate, I fasted a little bit. I went to the thing, and I ate and enjoyed the sugary ginger snap without a complete mental breakdown, without fearing for my life. So that was a little bit of progress there. Instead of completely having a mental breakdown over it, I ate and enjoyed the ginger snap, and then I moved on with my life. And that is something I've worked very hard towards, is removing those mental blocks of, if you eat sugar, it is going to give you diabetes and is going to kill you. Rather, you don't eat sugar, so one time, for one tea, for one day, as a rare treat, you can have this sugar. And so that was a big win for me. Also, last night I ate a salad, and I know this is gonna sound like the ultimate fat person thing. I know I'm gonna say this, like, oh, he ate a salad, congratulations. But here's the thing about it. I wasn't eating a salad. I like salad. I eat salads. But when you're of a certain weight, when you get your weight up to a certain level, it's hard to order anything like at restaurants and stuff, because you're always afraid it's not going to be filling, because you're used to eating a large amount of food, and salads typically aren't seen as a large filling amount of food. But last night for dinner, I had a salad with some tofu bites in it, and you know what? I was satisfied. I wasn't like so stuffed I felt like I was going to throw up, but I was satisfied. And eating a salad and feeling satisfied is the goal, right? Like, I managed to eat a healthy and good amount of food that wasn't too many calories and be full from it. And that is how I know I'm finally winning this whole weight loss journey thing, is that a 200 calorie bag of popcorn is actually a snack again. Like, that satiates me for a while. A 200 calorie protein bar actually satisfies me for 2-3 hours before, it's like, oh, I need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calories, like 600, 700, 800 calories to feel anything. Now we've made it to a point where, okay, 200 calories is a sufficient snack now, and I'm so happy to have finally made it to that point. And hopefully that means that I've only need to lose like 40 more pounds. So hopefully these last 40 pounds are a lot easier now that I'm actually getting like that feeling of fullness and satisfaction out of the food. So those were my big food wins over the weekend. Was I ate a ginger snap and I ate a salad. Hashtag girl boss. There should be someone up here. That we're getting like fire rain down on us, so I imagine he's up here somewhere. There he is. Oh, the temptation to shoot him in the back, but let's not. Let's not. Let's be the bigger person. Let's go find loot somewhere else. Let's go earn our own loot like an honest person. But let the record show, I coulda. His back was turned, he was distracted. I coulda. Alright, all the good loot is gone. So that's a little bit of a frustration, you know? Watch, I'm going to take this guy's loot, and he's going to shoot me in the back, even though I didn't shoot him. I think a lot of people don't recognize disordered eating. Oh, I recognize it. Let me be clear. I recognize that everything I just said screams eating disorder. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fooled into thinking that my relationship with sugar and such is healthy. So I understand that, and that is why I am working on it. But you're absolutely right in general also that eating culture is very difficult, and there's a lot of disordered eating in America in general. Like the fact that if you go to a restaurant and they serve you what is considered like a normal and reasonable amount of food, you will get he saw me. He saw me coming up on him. If you go to a restaurant and order what would be a reasonable amount of food for somebody, Americans will be like, that was a ripoff. I'm never going there again. They served me a reasonable amount of food, and that is seen as a negative thing, right? You want so much food you couldn't possibly finish it, right? You want leftovers for the next day and maybe the day after that. Like, the fact that we're offended if you serve a reasonable amount of food tells you everything you need to know about America right there, right? Like, that's half the problem right there. When I started getting fat, my mom was just like, diet, and I don't want to do that. I need to fix my eating habits. Yeah, the fad diets are a huge problem as well. And I know that like it's common now to preach like, oh, sustainability, but that's really what it is. Like, I know someone who did the carnivore diet, and it worked for him. Worked for him great. He ate nothing but ground beef and butter for months and lost a ton of weight. He looked great. But he got bored of it. He got tired of it, right? He's like, well, I don't want to eat just steak anymore. I want to eat other things. And what happens? Well, he gained all the weight back because it wasn't a sustainable diet, right? Like, in order for a diet to function, it needs to be something that you can do every single day, because it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. I know people hate hearing, oh, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, but that's simply the truth of it. That's why so many people preach it, because that is how it becomes effective, is when it's just a daily habit rather than, oh, for 3 months I'll do this, I'll lose all the weight, and I'll keep it off. No, the second you go back, you're going to get, they're coming for me hard here. Holy cow. I thought I was dead for a second there. Will you go away? Like, Waffles, good morning. What is going on? Why do these things hate me so much? Alright, let's smoke screen them so I can lose them. What's going on, Waffles? What's new this morning? Ooh, piece of candy. We'll take that. Ooh, we'll take those. We'll take that. Very delicious. Very demure. It's night where you're at, not much. Well, I hope you're having a good night. You must be on the other side of the world from me. You must be in Australia. Alright, we got a lot here. Let's go. I have a lot of Australian viewers. I get a lot of Australian viewers because I stream at 5 a.m. my time, 5 a.m. Pacific time. So it ends up the perfect time for people in India and Australia to watch me. So maybe I should start streaming Australian style, you know, really lean into that. Alright, I hear someone down here. I know there's someone down here. 9 at night. That means it's bedtime, good sir. 9 o'clock. Holy cow. As soon as it hits 8:30, I am out. No, no, thank you. I go to bed at 8 o'clock. In the summer, I don't even see nighttime. It's a holiday. What holiday is in Australia right now? I'm pretty sure Hanukkah just started. Do you mean Hanukkah? Also, Dex, are you still watching? Are you like still visually seeing me, Dex? It is the Christmas holidays. It is the Advent season currently. Christmas starts in a week and a half for Catholics, but right now we're in the Advent season, so we will enter Christmas here soon. Yes, I am taking the week off for Christmas. That whole week I'm going to be birding and photography and all that sort of thing. So I'm taking the time off for that too. But most people in America aren't blessed enough to have time off, so I very much count my blessings on having the ability to take time off. What do you want? I want to show you. So this is the goodness of God. We were talking about how I spent all my money on fixing my house, so I couldn't afford any frivolous things. Well, magically, 2 days ago, a $200 check showed up in the mail. So God delivered unto me a small windfall. So with my $200 check, I was able to have a little bit of fun money, and I got it. I got the first of many Beyblades. So be jealous of my Sakura Samurai Beyblade. Prepare yourself for Beyblade-based content. You get 2 months off. That is incredible. Everyone should get 2 months off at the bare minimum. All right, I've never fought a matriarch, so we're gonna watch and see if someone else fights a matriarch, and we're gonna see if we can help, but maybe scavenge some loot. I'm also I downloaded the Beyblades app, and while I was downloading the Beyblades app, you know how sometimes they're like, oh, you like this? You should try this as well. It suggested to me that, hey, you like Beyblades, maybe you will like Medabots. And I didn't know Medabots is coming back this year. They're making a Medabots app. I am so happy to see Medabots coming back. The only thing that could make me happier than seeing Medabots come back, well, there's two things. There's two things I want. I want Monster Rancher, the video game, to make something come out this year. I think a Monster Rancher video game would do very well in today's gaming climate. So I want to see Monster Rancher the video game, and I want to see Zoids make a comeback. Zoids was such a cool concept, and like it never got the recognition it deserved. We need to see more Zoids. You get 3 and 2 weeks off? That is unimaginable to the American brain. Never heard of either of them? Okay, so Medabots is like Pokemon, but instead of Pokemon, they are robots that they build and battle. It's really cool. Zoids is... How do I describe Zoids? Yeah, like BattleBots. And Zoids is... They're in giant tanks, but instead of being like traditional tanks, they're like lions and tigers with giant cannons strapped to them. So it's pretty cool. So it's like a battle anime, but with giant tigers and giant cannons, and it's older though. It's a bit older now, so it hasn't probably aged all that well. But it was so cool back in the day. I loved Zoids. Gundam. It was like Gundam. That's what I was like. It's Gundams, but with tigers instead of giant man robots. That was the word I was looking for, is Gundam. Alright, so where is this giant matriarch? Oh, there it is. I was just going to say I was kind of disappointed. It's supposed to be really huge. Yeah, that is really huge. And I see people fighting it. Gundams are really cool. I wanted to get into Gundam building. Like, I bought a Gundam to like put together the model. I thought that building some Gundam models would be really cool. But unfortunately, they're like the one that I got, all the directions were in Japanese. So like I have no idea how to possibly put that together, right? Like, I don't read Japanese, I don't understand Japanese, so how could I possibly put that thing together? So, unfortunately, that is a hobby that will never take off for me. Finally, in the past is the Pokemon DLC, where I'm seeing new Megas, more than what they announced. So, I know you're probably going to tell me that you can't just believe everything you see online, but everyone online that's talking about the new Pokemon DLC says it's the worst value they've ever received, that it was an absolute ripoff and the most disappointing thing they've ever gotten. So how do you feel about that statement, Dex? Yeah, the Pokemon Legends ZA DLC. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't listen to the internet. People are miserable. You know, that's probably good advice usually. But I mean, when it comes to Pokemon games, is a base game good at all? It depends on who you ask, Waffles. Dex and I are split. Dex really enjoyed the base Legends ZA game. I thought it was the laziest, worst Pokemon game they've ever made, and an absolute insult to all the Poke fans. I stopped playing it after one day. I hated it so much. So, you know, that's not helpful that one person absolutely loves it and another person absolutely hates it. But that's where the reviews are on this channel. Dex is what is known as a Pokemon glazer. Out here praising Pokemon for doing the bare minimum. It has a fun new mechanic for battling. The Pokemon look fantastic. Even though it's one city, it still feels super expansive. See, I couldn't disagree more. I think the Pokemon look awful. The mechanic is unfun and clunky and terrible. And the city feels claustrophobic and same. So, like... I don't trust this guy. He's gonna shoot me in the back of the head, I just know it. Not sure which one of the new Switch 2 games to get. Well... It's tough because I have disliked them all. I got Donkey Kong Bonanza. It was mid. The new Pokemon game, awful. I haven't played the new Metroid, but I've heard nothing good about the new Metroid game, so... And Mario Kart is Mario Kart, so... Alright, back in we go. Mario Kart World, DK Bonanza, or ZA, or Metroid Prime 4? I honestly couldn't tell you which one to get because I hated all those. I haven't played Metroid Prime 4, so maybe Metroid Prime. But all of those games are meh at best. I'll go as far as to say that the Switch 2 has had the worst launch lineup of any game system of all time. Of all time. What game am I playing right now? This is Arc Raiders. It is an extraction shooter. It is a fairly new extraction shooter. PvEVP. Is it good? That's also a hard question to answer. It really depends on what you want out of a game. Because the game is PvEVP and the matches last up to half an hour, what you'll find happening very often is you'll be playing for 15 or 20 minutes. Some random dude will come up behind you, shoot you in the back, and you lose all progress because you lose everything if you get taken out in that way. So if you find the thrill of PvP to be really fun and enjoyable, then you'll like the game. If you cannot stand PvP and you hate games where you lose progress, you will despise this game. So it's really tough to recommend because it's really hard because a lot of people really hate losing all their progress, right? So yeah, that's the fact. The only extraction shooter I play is Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is, of course, my bread and my meat and potatoes. I love Helldivers 2. I will continue to play Helldivers 2. I'm very excited for, if you haven't seen on my channel posted just a few days ago, the CEO of Helldivers 2 said that they have a prototype version of a rogue-like version of Helldivers 2. So it looks like next year we might be getting Helldivers 2 rogue-like mode. So I have a lot of hype for that. Yeah, they were testing out some sort of limited new mode, so... See, like this guy, I came up behind him, and I could have snuck up on him and popped him in the back and just taken all of his loot. I could have done it. I didn't, but I could. I could have just wrecked that guy's whole day. And he has the option to come do the same to me, right? Like I said, don't shoot. And now he knows I'm here. He can just sneak up behind me and blow everything up. First time seeing my channel. Okay, well, if you like Helldivers, I am primarily a Helldivers 2 content creator. So I have a ton of videos up between builds and speculations, solo runs, all that. So if you enjoy Helldivers 2, there is content for days for you there. No, you couldn't have. You ain't built from that cloth. You know, I try not to be. You know, I try not to be that jerk. I try not to just pop people in the back. But I have been known to waste some fools if the opportunity is perfect. If their back is turned, they're completely unaware of me, and I know that it's an easy KO, I'm gonna do it, right? I'm gonna take full advantage of the situation if it presents itself in such a way that I know there's zero risk and only rewards. You're actually cool. Thank you. I try that. That's my vibes. That's what I go for. I go for a nice chill morning where we just hang out and we have a good time chatting. I don't like a lot of the pointless screaming and yelling. I'm not gonna be throwing my keyboard around or begging for likes or views or anything. I like a chill way to start my day. Well, for you it's to end your day, but that's always my goal and my vibes here. Is just be nice and chill and a good time for us all to start our day or end our day right. So that is ultimately the goal of the channel. Actually, I take that back. There is one more goal. I'll be upfront. I always am upfront about this because I don't want people to feel lied to or cheated. If you couldn't guess from the waffle knight behind me, I am also Catholic, and a part of my content is I do create Catholic content, and I do evangelization as well. So my hope and goal ultimately is always to convert you all, but Dex is here as a shining example of someone who's been watching me for years and hasn't converted. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to make you uncomfortable or anything like that, but that is a part of my content, so. Someday, Dex. Someday, I am going to get you. You may not think it, but I'm going to get you. I've got 50-ish more years on this earth. 60 if I take real good care of myself. So I'm playing the long con. Alright, let's see what progress we have made. We are trying to earn $5 million before the next reset. I've got 900,000, so we are terribly far behind, but let's sell some of the stuff we have looted here and see how close to our goal we have gotten. Come on, we need like 500,000 out of this haul. They really need a sell all button. And all these trinkets adds up to 222,000. So we hit our first million. So we are terribly far behind, but that is progress. Our first million down. 4 more to go. We also randomly do whatever's on my whim. Like, I've talked about this before. When I made my channel, I never wanted to be one of those streamers like, oh, well, you're a Helldivers 2 streamer, so all you can do is Helldivers 2 content, and if you make anything else, we won't watch you. I've always hated that mentality. So I just do whatever whims my mind. So we're going to have some Beyblade content here soon. But I'm also a photographer, so we do a lot of photography content. I show off a lot of photos. I've got one photo that I took at a parade that I need to start editing up that I'm so proud of. I can't wait. It is going to be an incredible photo. So whatever whim crosses my mind that day is what we do. D&D memes, photography, Beyblades, Gundams. It is better than nothing. So So the way this game works, so most extraction shooters do a reset. Every few months they wipe the servers and you start over from scratch. Arc Raiders is doing it a little bit different, and they're allowing you to choose if you want to wipe everything. So you can choose to wipe everything and get some perks, or you can leave it as is and just continue playing. So every $1 million you have gives you an extra perk point, up to 5. That's why we need 5 million. So I'm still pretty far behind, unfortunately. And the reason for that is I'm mostly a casual gamer. Like, I play for maybe an hour or two on stream, and then I go and work and work and work and work. Like, I'll be surprised if I hit 100 hours in this game, to be honest. Alright, you're going to drop that over there. Oh, well, clicked the wrong button. That's not a good way to start this. We're hurt. We're hurt bad. That flare calls in a supply drop, which are usually garbage, but there's always a chance for some rare weapons and some really good goodies in the supply drop. But the thing... Oh, it's going to drop on the ground, isn't it? The thing about the extraction shooter is everything they do that gives you loot and stuff is supposed to attract the attention of other people, right? So before you can loot this, you have to shoot up a giant flare that tells everyone, hey, this guy's trying to call in some loot for himself, so... You know, go steal it. Go shoot him in the back. That sort of thing. So it does a giant announce, hey, someone is over here. So high risk, medium reward. We got a garbage gun, some garbage ammo, a little smoky. Yeah, we got mostly trash out of that. So high risk, little to no reward. And then on top of dealing with players, you also have the Ark that you have to fight. And the Ark are these giant robots that you see there that come equipped with like tasers and machine guns and rocket launchers. And their whole goal is to ruin your day. So not only are you fighting players, you have to watch out for the giant homicidal robots as well. That one's got a 50 caliber machine gun strapped to it, and it will shred you like Swiss cheese if you're caught out in the open. So we're gonna avoid that one. We're not gonna fight that one for now. Alright, no one's been up here yet. We might get some goodies. Ooh, a vinyl CD. How long will you be streaming for? I stream from 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I've only got about a half an hour left before I have to go start my real job. Because on average, I earn about 5 cents per stream. So, you know, not quite enough to sustain myself just yet. Yeah, you know, it's a dream to get to be one of those people who gets to stream all day, every day, you know, and do make their living from it. But I understand that, you know, that the people who get to make their living off of streaming, that's like the Super Bowl, right? Like that's a half a percentage of a half a percent, right? It's a very small amount of people who get the ability to pay their bills by streaming. So For me, it's mostly just a fun hobby, but there is that dream of always being able to quit my day job and just spend all day chatting with people and playing games and having fun. And it's a dream, but it's a dream for a reason, right? Like, not many people ever get to achieve that. I mean, on Twitch and YouTube, even becoming monetized puts you like in the top 1% of people, right? So that's already so many people who have already failed before me, so I don't take it too seriously. Not to mention, like, I know Ben's here. Good morning, Ben. Digging the suspenders. I am a big fan of suspenders. However, you know, it didn't start as a choice. The reason I wear suspenders is because when I had my hernia surgery, they had to cut me open from hip to hip, right under my belly, right on my waistline. So wearing a belt is massively uncomfortable for me because that is all horrible scar tissue now. So that is why I have gone with suspenders. But you know, I know I could make more money, right? If I advertised to children and I did all the cringy, annoying and begging stuff, like, I know that I could make more money and I could be massively more popular if I was a massive sellout. But I refuse, right? I absolutely refuse to be that guy. It sounds horrible. It was. It was horribly painful, and it was a lot of recovery, but we made it through it. Yes, we are slowly building up our waffles in the chat. But I had what was called an inguinal hernia, and that is where your guts fall out of where they're supposed to be, and they invade your male body parts. So if you want to live a day as Waffles, how I used to be, I always tell people to go find a cantaloupe, because that is how large it was, a orange or a cantaloupe, and put it in your pants. And try walking around for a day with a cantaloupe stuffed in your pants. It was horrible. So there's your unfun fact of the day. But, you know, you say you feel bad for me, you feel sorry for me. I appreciate that, but honestly, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change it. Yes, it was horrible. Yes, it was uncomfortable, but that stupid, embarrassing, and horrible hernia led to me meeting my wife. It led to me becoming Catholic. It led to so much of my life that has become good and blessings that I wouldn't change it. It was sucky at the time, but it was important for me, and it got me to where I am now. How long did you live with that? 20 years? 20 years, give or take? There were days that it hurt so bad I couldn't walk, but that was my path. That is the path that God sent me down. Why, I don't know. But after 20 years, I figured out why he did. Because now I have my wife. I have my wonderful life. I have God. I have a lot of... I have a lot of humility, but I do. I learned so much from it. So it was an important stepping stone in my journey to get me to where I am. My DM almost got a TPK on our level 5 party, but one of our player friends joined with level 3 Warlock and somehow saved the party from a rogue 5th level party and a green dragon. Did he cast darkness? Because that's what I feel like. A Warlock casting darkness can change the entire battlefield with a well-placed darkness. Alright, We got enough time for one or two more. One or two more. Back into the unknown we go. I know what D&D is, but I didn't understand any of that. A TPK is a total party kill. It is when the DM wipes the entire party. Everyone goes to the grave. That is, a Green Dragon is a pretty strong low-level encounter. Chaotically Fun Guy, welcome in. What are you in today? Science or health? Knocked me a Goliath Tempest Cleric. In 2 weeks, I get to play D&D with my parents. I get to introduce my parents to the wonderful fun of Dungeons and Dragons. Since you're new here, Waffles, on my agenda, I have 2 Dungeons and Dragons games that I want to start. I'm going to play a Dungeons and Dragons game based on Helldivers 2, which is going to feature the Helldivers coming to the world of Faerun, and their job is to invade and spread democracy in the Dungeons and Dragons world. That is one D&D game I'm going to start and play. It is going to be stupid, and it is going to be fun. The second D&D game I want to play is a viewer's choice Dungeons & Dragons game, where the players are basically on a game show, and their job is to entertain you, the audience, and you, the audience, gets to choose what happens to the players. So it'll be really fun, I think, to have all the players being trying to entertain you, the audience. So those are 2 D&D games I'm going to be starting here soon. Okay, I was gonna just blast this guy in the back, but there's someone else here watching. So everyone's just an artillerist, artist for a gunslinger. What classes do you guys play? So I'm torn on that one. My main class is paladin, as if it wasn't cliche enough. I play a paladin because, you know, that guy took someone else out, so I returned the favor. Paladin is my absolute favorite class to play because of the aesthetics, because Catholicism, but I also really like warlocks, especially celestial warlocks. Like the whole I'm evil but also good, like I absolutely love that. So right now I don't have a current campaign, so I am in between games. Oh, that guy sees me. This looks bad. This looks like I just took 2 people out. I promise I didn't. I was just revenge. So yeah, Paladin can melee and spellcast. They got big smites. They've got auras. They're very good. Okay, we're just gonna hide down here from that guy. Current campaign, I'm a Goliath Tempest Cleric. Let's recharge everything up here. However, other character ideas I have, other characters I want to play. There is a class called a Swarmkeeper Ranger, and their whole shtick is they get a swarm of things like bees that help them fight, and I thought it'd be super fun to play a Dragonborn. They're basically a giant dragon dude. Play a Dragonborn Swarmkeeper, and your swarm is a chaotic little mess of kobolds, which are tiny dragons that think that you're like a big dragon, that think basically you're their dragon mom. I thought that would be a silly, fun class to play, so that's on the list. To be a Swarmkeeper Ranger. Another class, this is, get ready for cringe. This is going to be real cringe hours with Waffles. Another class I've really been dying to play is I really want to play a a samurai in the game, and I want to go like lean full into it. You know, katana wearing samurai who writes haikus. Because here's your fun fact about Waffles. I'm a wannabe writer. I am not a good writer, but I am a wannabe writer. And one of my favorite things to do is to write haikus. I love haikus. I have absolutely no talent for it. Every haiku I write is a cringy, weeby mess, but I really, really enjoy haikus. So I want to make a samurai as an excuse to write haikus for my games. So there's your Waffles fun facts of the day. I am one of those edgy cringelord weeaboos who, given the opportunity, would totally have a katana and a kimono. Shadow of Mordor is one of the top 5 best games of all time. The only time I've written a haiku is in the game Ghost of Tsushima. That is also an amazing game. Love me some Ghosts of Sushi. Yes, you must play Shadow of Mordor. It legitimately, no lie, is one of the top 5 greatest games ever made. Darn it, now I want to go play it. What's it on? It's on everything. Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I'm pretty sure it got a Switch port at some point. Yes, check it out. You can get it for like $5 on sale. The game does a lot of great things. You don't need to watch the movies first. The story is intertwined in it, but it is separate. However, the coolest thing is it has this system that has been unfortunately copyrighted, so we won't get to see this system in any other game until the year 2036. It's called the Nemesis system. So when you fight an enemy, like a big boss enemy, and you take them out, they will come back at a later time, but they will remember that fight, and they will alter themselves because of that fight. So, like, if you chop a guy's arm off in combat, the next time you meet him, he might have a metal arm. If you burn him to death, he might have a fear of fire. Or he might learn your tactics and be like, oh, you're a smart guy, use fire. And he might make himself immune to fire. So the way you fight these guys, they will learn from it and they will change. And if they kill you, they'll get promoted and they'll get stronger and they'll get buffs or new enemies because of these fights. And you could spend years just fighting these guys and having these interactions, and it's so cool. It is literally the coolest system that they ever put in a video game, and Warner Brothers copyrighted it so that no one else could ever use it. However, Netflix just purchased Warner Brothers, so maybe they'll release it. Google it. After you're done watching me, look up Breaking Orcs' Minds in Shadow of Mordor, because the other thing you can do is when you capture one of the orcs, you can like force them to fight on your team and make them an ally, but you can also shame them, like you can embarrass them in front of everyone for fighting you. And one guy went and he just hunted this guy down mercilessly, and they kept shaming him, and they shamed him so much that his mind literally broke. So he went from this well-articulated orc who would insult you and be like, oh, you think you're going to best me this time, to now when he sees him, he just makes random grunting and screaming noises at him and hops around like a chimpanzee. Like, he literally broke the mind of that enemy. It was so cool. Darn it, Ben. We're going to have to go play Shadow of Mordor now. You can basically, if you beat them, you can take over their mind and add them to your army. The whole point of the game is to amass an army to take on the big bad enemy. So you have to raise an army of like generals to go and fight the other armies. So you got to collect them to add. So you can make them bodyguards, you can make them spies, you can make them all sorts of things. It is truly a brilliant game. I guess next week we're going to be playing Shadow of Mordor. Because that's all I can think about. It is. It really is hype. It is such a cool game. I had an orc that I literally fought 6 times. He's immune to every kind of damage I could do, so I had to lead him to explosive and stuff to take him out. Ooh, a lot of blue stuff. We're making some money. How often do you stream? I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays every week. Next week I'm off of work, so I might stream a little bit extra. I might do a little bit of extra stuff because I'm going to be off for Christmas vacation. There's also a chance, a small chance, small, that I stream on Christmas Day. So you all might get lucky and get a very special Waffles Christmas stream. If you're all really good and none of you end up on the naughty list, maybe we'll do a Christmas Day stream. But only for a bit, because I have to go to midnight mass. So I'm going to be at mass at midnight, which means I won't get home until like 2 a.m. And then we need to do Christmas Day mass and Christmas Day stuff. So if I do stream, it might be early, but I hear someone. Oh, hello there. Oh, hello there. It will probably be around 8 a.m. in the morning for me, so about 3 hours ahead of you, so probably around midnight for you. I 3D printed a ton of these coal for stocking stuffers. That's pretty awesome. Dex told me I need to get a 3D printer. The problem is that like I have no talent or skill to develop my own stuff. So the only thing I can do with a 3D printer is printing other people's stuff, and most 3D printers have just turned into like a theft machine where people are using it to steal other people's stuff, like in the Warhammer spaces. So you know me, I'm a stickler about theft, so I can't do that. So I don't think I'll ever actually use a 3D printer. Actually, now that I think about it, Shadow of Mordor might be more expensive where you're at, because I know Australian video game, like the market is way more expensive. I know you guys pay way more for video games over there, so do I like any single player games? There are quite a few single player games I like. My favorite single player game of all time is probably Metal Gear Solid 3. I absolutely love Metal Gear Solid 3. I absolutely love Shadows of Mordor. I'm also a fan of old school Doom, the original Doom 1993. Big fan of that. Really love me some old school Doom. See, other single player games. The first Last of Us 1. Really enjoyed the original Last of Us. I paid $125 Australian for Ghost of Yotai when it came out. Yeah. Australian video game market is a bummer. Tie between Metal Gear Solid 3 and Resident Evil 4. Man, I loved Resident Evil 4. Leon was an absolute blast. I also really enjoy roguelikes and roguelites. So like Slay the Spire. Really enjoy Slay the Spire. I've probably logged so many hours in Slay the Spire. The most hours. Love me some Slay the Spire. Oh, I thought that guy was going to thirst me for a second. There should be a winter and spring sale for Steam coming right up, so it shouldn't be too hard to get on sale. Like it should be coming to sale pretty soon. Also coming to stream next week, thanks to Dex, we are going to be eating our lemon lime burger that he challenged me to eat because he says that I'm wrong. It is going to be a fake hamburger, a Beyond Burger, with lemons and lime for toppings rather than pickles and tomatoes. So we are going to have a lemon lime burger here soon. Space Marine, I liked Space Marine 2, but I don't know. I didn't really get into it. Though I heard next year potentially we're getting, yes, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. Potentially we are getting Warhammer 40k Total War, and I am all about that. Have you seen gameplay of The Last Caretaker? I have not seen. I've heard of The Last Caretaker. I saw it on Steam, but I haven't seen anything about it. That's a bummer. Steam sales are the best, but it's still $70 on PS5. The game is like 8 years old now. Which also reminds me, I got an ad when I was at we rented a movie. We rented a movie and we got an ad for Grand Theft Auto 5. They are still in the year 2025. They are still running ads for Grand Theft Auto 5. And Grand Theft Auto 5 is what, like 12 years old now? Like 13 years old? I cannot believe that they're advertising a game that old. That would be like running an ad for Diablo 1 when Diablo 3 came out, right? Like that's so like bonkers to me. Bob, thank you, W name. Can't afford a PC. Oh, don't I feel that right now? Like, the PC part market is insane. Especially like RAM. RAM has gone beyond affordable. Like $400 for 32 gigs of RAM. It is an outrageous cost. Bethesda releasing Skyrim or Fallout for the bajillionth time. I'm pretty sure they just released Fallout 4 and Skyrim again. They have a Switch 2 edition for both of those. So I'm pretty sure there is a brand new Fallout and Skyrim experience on Switch 2 for us now. So if you were a completionist, you would need Skyrim PS3, PS4, PS5, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox S, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. Is Skyrim good? That's another tough one. I acknowledge that a lot of people love Skyrim. And I do think Skyrim is worth playing once at like $20. But I do feel like Skyrim has gotten to that status of overhyped and overglazed. Like, it's a good game, but it's not nearly as good as everyone makes it out to be. Like, the combat is meh. The sound is great. The world is huge and open and well filled. It's worth a play. But here's the thing you'll learn about me, Waffle. I tend to rate games lower. Where most game people put a game around like a 7, 8 out of 10. I tend to rate a game closer to like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Like, I truly believe, like, for a game to be an 8 out of 10, it has to be a darn near masterpiece. And for a game to truly be a 10 out of 10, it has to be a genre-defining masterpiece. For example, Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a 10 out of 10. It has brilliant music, a brilliant story, brilliant gameplay. Spider-Man's back. Spidey, welcome back, Spidey. For a game to be a 10 out of 10, it has to define the genre, and that would be like Doom 1993, Stardew Valley. Trying to think of other things. And maybe the reason I rate Skyrim lower is because I just have the nostalgia for Morrowind. I love Morrowind so much. We did miss you, Spidey. In fact, we have another Australian person in here today, so you're not alone. We have more Australians in chat than anything else at this rate. The Australians are taking over. Play Skyrim and then Fallout 3. If you love these games, play New Vegas and then Fallout 4. Alright, we took out some Ark. Which state am I in? I'm in Oregon, the Great Pacific Northwest. Alright, last bit of looting. This is our last chance before I gotta go to work, so we gotta make it count. So let's go get a little bit more loot, and then we're getting out of here. Just a little more loot. I didn't know Australia had states. I learned something today. I'm pretty sure Australia has like 5 states, I want to say. Not counting New Zealand, because, New Zealand is its own thing. Someday, I hope to make it to Australia. It's on the bucket list of places to visit, but it's down on the list. We're going to Italy first. We got to visit the Vatican. We got to see the Pope. Then we got Japan. Gotta go to Japan someday. I want to go to Egypt. Egypt, I would love to see like the touristy stuff of Egypt, but I have seen nothing but heartache and frustration with Egypt. So many people who talk about like all the scammers and pickpockets, and so many people have said that like Egypt is the one place they'll never visit again, that it's just overrun with scams and frustrations. So unfortunately that has kind of put a damper on Egypt for me. What is going on over there? I hear a machine gun going. Go with you, Japan. I bought a lifetime subscription to Rosetta Stone and never used it. No! We almost just lost everything right there. We almost just lost everything right there. That was almost real bad. I did it so I could watch animes without subtitles. I'm friendly too, just trying to get out of here. Sorry, I can't hear you over the machine guns in the background. All right, what do you think the chances are this kid is gonna absolutely blast me? I think this kid is gonna take me out. Here it comes. Here comes the backstab. What did I tell you? Oh, he did it too late. He did it too late. Take that. I knew it. I knew the sound of his voice told me that he was going to come in there and try and take me out in the last second. I just knew it. I smelled it from a mile away. Okay. Okay, before we end here, since we have some new folks here, I talked about being a photographer. I want your honest opinions. I've got a photo here that I'm trying to edit. So I want your opinion on this edit for it here. Let me pull it up here. Photography time. Photos. Parade. Bear with me, I take a lot of photos, so sometimes it's hard to find. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Bear with me like 30 seconds. I will find it. There's 1,000 photos in here, so I gotta. Here it is. Okay. So. That's the wrong one. Here we go. This one. Okay. So this is the photo, just purely raw. This is unedited, unchanged. This is the shot. Now I need to edit out this little like blur down here. That's not too hard. But as far as editing goes, so that's just the pure raw photo. Here is my first attempt at editing this shot. And I want your opinion on whether it's better or worse with this editing job I did on it. So let me find it here. Here we go. All right, so this is it edited. Is that better or worse? Edited is much better. I have a drone that I know I can take really cool shots with, but not with my current ability. That's the great thing about photography, right? You just get to get better each time, right? Lower the brightness of the outline. See, I love the bright outlines. I specifically made the outline brighter because I thought the outline was like the key focal of the shot. Going to science class. All right, I got 2 minutes. I have 2 minutes before I have to stop streaming. So let's look at a couple more quick photos. Since y'all here, and some of you are new, you haven't seen all my photos. Let's show off a couple more photos that I have saved up here. How about this is Gremlin. He is an owl that I got to meet at a Mount Angel Abbey where we were all, except for me, drinking some beer and meeting some owls. This is Gremlin. All right. Should I get Helldivers or something else with my $30 stream gift card? I mean, I love Helldivers. I make Helldivers content, obviously, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I absolutely love Helldivers, so Helldivers is awesome. This is a bird I saw. I love the little outline of this bird, the little silhouette. I thought this was just an absolutely perfect picture with the background, the clouds, the little bird. Completely blacked out. Really enjoyed this photo. All right, one more. How about... No, not that one. This one. This was taken at the Rosary Bowl, where we got together to pray the Rosary and do some stuff with St. Carlo Acutis, and I got to take this shot, and I absolutely loved this shot. All right. I gotta go to work. So, let's end, as we always end, with our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we continue to pray for all the people who are discerning vocations, all the people who are looking into the priesthood, who are looking into marriage, who are looking into monastic life. Lord, help to guide them. We pray for all the people who are suffering right now, who are victims of war, victim of violence. Lord, help to be with them and help to bring about an end to violence in the world. We pray for all the people struggling with mental illness, whether that be in a hospital, whether that be alone at home with no one to talk to. Lord, there are a lot of people suffering, so Lord, be with them today. Today we continue to pray for those who are physically ill, a special intention for my grandmother who is recovering from pneumonia. Lord, help them. And finally, we pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who have been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Spidey, can you be a mod one day? Potentially. You know, I'm still small now, but there will always be the hope that someday I will get much bigger and need more mods. So there is always the potential for that. Thank you, as always, everyone, for hanging out with me today. It truly is a good way to start the day. I will be streaming again on Wednesday at 5 a.m. I hope to see you all there. Waffles, check out that Helldivers video. I think you'll like it. Thank you, as always, and have a blessed day.